right, Algorand is a new blockchain, and let me tell you how it works, okay? You see the first block there? The first block is easy to agree upon because it's embedded in the very protocol, right? Next to it, what do you see? A favor, that is the a universal symbol of effortlessness and lightness. So let this favor slowly go down and all the blocks unfold, one after the other, okay? That's how Algorand blockchain works. So you may ask, is forks, proofs of work? Guess what? There are no forks, and there are no proofs of works. You are left the blockchain the way it was intended to be, one block after another in order. Great. So how does it work? The assumption here is that most of the money is in honest hands, and there are some main technical advantages. One is that the computation involved is trivial. A few additions, counts, a few comparisons, maybe one digital signature, one verification. Nothing to write home about. It's truly decentralized. There is a single class of users, no exogenous powers, in particular no minors. Okay, so we are all in the same soup with equal powers. There is finality of payments because in Algorand there are no forks, as I said. Well, I lied. There are forks. A forks you can see with probability 10 to the minus 18. That's a number that I made up. Let me tell you what it means. 10 to the 18 happens to be the number of seconds from the Big Bang till now. So another word to say is that if you produce a block a second, which is pretty good clip, you can expect a fork in the age of the universe. I think we can live with that. So whenever you see a block, it's not going to disappear from the blockchain. You can trust all the payments and the transactions right away. Perfect scalability means you can generate a block as fast as you can be propagated and better than this you cannot do, and actually is truly secure, which I'm afraid that all this elongated the longest chain, you know, with all due respect to everything, is not so clear to me that is very secure. It's very secure against a very bad adversary. Let me not describe the adversary, but let me tell you a little bit of the architecture, how this stuff is going about. So here is, there are a few blocks in this architecture, right? I don't have the time in the remaining 3 minutes to tell you about it, so I'm going to give you some high-level structure, okay? Assume here there is 1 billion of users. The majority happens to be honest. You can see, you can guess who is dishonest in this picture. Okay, how does Algorand works? In two magic phases, where the magic is replaced by mathematics, right? So, magic phase 1, a random user is selected, and he or she, what does he do? He concocts a block, looks whatever transactions are not yet in the blockchain which are valid, puts them in a block, and propagates the block. End of step 1. By magic, everybody knows who the block proposer is, this randomly selected user. Anybody can recognize the block that he or she sent. Done. Magic phase 2. 1,000 random users are selected as a committee, and what do? They agree on the block proposed by the first user. Why is that? Seems a repetition. Well, assume that there are 10% of bad people, which, you know, we are going to be very unfortunate if this is such a high percentage, but let's say 10%. So 1 in 10 of the time, the randomly selected user to propose a block may be malicious. And he may tell you one block, her a different block, him a different other block, right? All different block to different people. So putting us in disagreement. When you have actually 1,000 users, the probability say that there are 10% are malicious, and you have a majority of bad users, that is essentially 0. Okay? So 1,000 users vouch for the validity or randomly selected user of the first block. You know, at a very high level structure, questions are rampant, okay? We can only have one question. Here is the question that pops up most of the time, so that's what I want. Who selects the damn committee with 1,000 users, right? And the answer is very counterintuitive, right? Each committee member secretly selects himself. So, gee, what? This is a bad idea, actually. Let me top of it. It's the worst idea that I ever heard, right? Because if I am a bad person, I will select myself in this committee and in the next committee because I want to be in control of every block that there is going to ever be. Well, not so fast, because in order to be member of the committee, what do you have to do? I have to win my own private lottery that I run in the privacy of my computer over here. And if I win, I get a winning ticket that I can prove to all of you by exhibiting it that I actually won this lottery. And then I can propagate my winning ticket and my opinion about the block, voting him up or down. And by the way, my probability of winning is proportional to the amount of money that I have in the system. Otherwise, I can duplicate myself to essentially win all the time. Right? That is a little bit how it works. So let me tell you why this scales. Bottom line, assume you have 1 million people and your lottery is 1 in 1,000. So 1 million divided by 1,000, you have 1,000 people committee. If you have 100 million users, the lottery of winning the lottery is a probability 1 in 100,000. You still have 1,000 users. Right? If you have 1 billion users divided by 1 million, probability of winning is 1 million, you have 1,000 users. Why does that scale? Because it doesn't matter how many people there are, only you have to solve the problem for 1,000 users and you're done. Why is that secure? Because the adversary would like to corrupt you right away. I want to corrupt the committee, but I don't know who the committee members are. Because for each block, there are different committees. So are you a winner of the lottery? I don't know. Are you a winner of the lottery? I don't know. You propagate your winning ticket and then your opinion about the block. After you propagate, I know who you are. I can corrupt you right away. But guess what? It's a bit too late, isn't it? Because your opinion about the block and your winning ticket is virally propagating across the network, and I cannot put it back in the bottle no more than the US government can put back in the bottle a message virally propagated by WikiLeaks. So scales because it's reducing by a fair lottery very much, the thing. And why it's secure? Because I don't know whom corrupted beforehand, and corrupt them afterwards is about useless. Roughly, that's it. In sum, no forks, no miner, no proof of work, no way to confirmation, trivial computation, perfect scalability, and great security. And there are actually a lot of other properties that somehow people don't talk about very much. And with all this, new blockchain developed actually from scratch and from different principles. And thank you very much.